Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hold on, I'm trying to unmute you. 1 second. Ask to unmute. Come on, you stupid. Unmute. Hi, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this stupid. I can see you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Oh my God.
Is this okay?
Hey.
There we are.
Hello. I have my.
You got there. Hello.
I have my thingamaboo.
Hooray.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Doing good. So you said you wanted to do about an hour. I've got enough to get us through an hour.
Perfect.
So what is your goal? Because I wanted to have every question equal 1 point, and then I wanted to see how many points you could get. There's no, I mean, there's not a certain amount of points to reach because no one's really gotten more than 5 questions right that I've met.
There we go. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think part of it is just because, like, I think it's more like I'm interested in seeing how many I can get right as well. Like I pride myself on being like knowledgeable about comics, but not inherently like, I don't know. I think I'm just interested in like seeing. I'm interested in seeing the questions that I can't answer.
Yeah.
More than anything, I'm very interested. I'm very excited.
Well, what I could do is I'm going to keep a tally. Actually, the only reason I found out about you is because I was asking my buddy, who is a huge nerd, and he was like, oh, you got a trivia game? Let's fucking go because I can do this. And I was like, okay, cool, let's try this. And he goes, no, there is no try. And I'm like, all right. He was struggling. So he was like, you need to get Moose on here and quiz him. I want to see how much he could do.
I'm interested. I'm excited. It's like I have the bona fides I'm bringing to this one are the one time I've ever gone to like a pure Marvel trivia night. My team won quite handily, and so I retired champion. I've never been back there for a trivia night. So yeah, so I'm good to. I'm excited. I'm amped.
Nice. And I don't want to offend you, but I had no idea who you were until he pointed you out. So.
None taken. I am genuinely surprised that as many people like watching me talk about comics as I enjoy talking about them. So it's no skin off mine.
Shit. Can I see the meeting information while we're in the meeting? Because I have my friend that asked me about this trying to get in.
I feel like you should be able to. Might be down like if you hit participants.
Go Moose!
So I think at the very least, I don't know if the information is up, but I think you can also just straight up like invite them if needed to. But
I can text it to him. I'm gonna copy it from when I texted you.
Wait.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, Jason. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so from what I've gathered from the cards, these are mostly based off of the comics, not the movies.
Perfect. Good.
Obviously,
I am.
The movies are based off of comics, but you know that's like one.
There's changes and there's things. Yeah, I know. It's yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if I can you see how many people are in here?
Yes. Currently we got 13, including both of us. So 11.
Nice.
11 watching, but 13 total.
Let's give it just a couple more minutes. See what we got going on. I was also toying with the idea of even going live on my phone on TikTok and then just pointing at this. I hate that TikTok doesn't allow us to go live together.
I know, like a cross platform thing. You imagine that they'd be doing that by now.
I know. I think it was because of everything that these dummies have done recently. They were like, well, we don't need more collective.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was
Live on
thinking about going
Instagram.
live on Instagram, but not everyone has Instagram.
Hmm. Yeah, I think unfortunately, like with for the time being, I think it's just a matter of like just going live on TikTok and going just filming it through the phone, which is a bit of a bummer. But it's just like, yeah,
If it's okay with you, I was going to record this and then putting together like a 30-second clip of favorites things. Either
yeah,
you
that's good.
getting
Yeah,
frustrated or
yeah, that's fine with me.
oh, what the fuck? Zoom meeting is the because I think I sent you the this is frustrating. 1 second. Boop beep boop bop. So what have you
I
been
mean,
doing today?
not a whole lot. I've mostly been relaxing. I've, you know, trying to back catalog and film some TikToks, and also mostly just actually playing through. I've never played through Resident Evil 7 before, so I'm playing through that right now. Uh, After all the hype over Resident Evil 8. So
Nice.
yeah. How about yourself?
Just same doing videos I did a photo shoot this morning at an abandoned school and
Yeah.
trying to set up do you know K-Temps?
Yes. Yeah, Katie Temps.
Her and I both have murder robes. And so I'm trying to put together a photo shoot of us carrying shovels and
Oh, that's great.
doing stuff like that. So I just got to wait for her response. We shall see.
Yeah.
All right. What time is it? 7:58?
Yep.
Nice. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi,
I'm
everyone.
not answering any questions because I do not have the knowledge that he has. He's fantastic. And some of this stuff I would have to sit down with every card and just research every single question.
And like honest to God, that was my thing as a kid. I loved like trivia board games, but I would like I would constantly be just like taking out the like actual trivia cards from like the copies of Trivial Pursuit and things I had, and I would just like carry them around with me and like rattle off and like these like questions. And
Mm-hmm.
it was like we'd constantly be losing. We'd never be able to actually play a game because inevitably the cards would not be in the box.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna put my TikTok live on and just aim it at you so some people can see.
Yeah.
Then we'll begin.
All right.
Oh shit, I just made you red. All right. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Oh wait, I have a question. If there's a question he can't answer, but we can we? How about if you can't answer it, you give permission?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it. So if I get a question and I am stumped, I will throw it to the chat, and I will explicitly be like, "All right, chat, what's the answer?"
Exactly.
So there you go. You're welcome, Charlotte. Thank you for asking.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right. First question.
all right.
This one is short answer, so I do not have any options for you to choose from. But what member of Guardians of the Galaxy helps Thanos defeat the Beholder or Beyonder? Sorry, Beyonder.
I mean, the inherent thing would be to say Gamora is his daughter, but I think it might actually be Drax.
Nope.
Oh, wow, off the gate.
Yeah.
Outstanding. All right, chat, you're up. Which member of the Guardians helps Thanos defeat the Beyonder?
See if anyone knows.
Anyone?
No idea.
Yeah, I know. Star-Lord's a good guess. I mean, you really have 5. You got a 1 in 5 chance
I
of getting it
know.
right. Yonder.
No,
All
that's
right, so we got
you're
Star-Lord.
right. Danny is correct. Star-Lord.
Ah, okay.
All right.
All right. All right. Good, good.
This next one is true or false.
Okay.
Obviously, if it's true, then we don't need any explanation. But if it's
Right.
false and you know the answer, that'd be even better.
Okay.
All right. A battle between Spider Man and Dr. Octopus leads to the tragic death of Gwen Stacy.
False. It's actually him fighting the Green Goblin when she drops her off. I want to say the Brooklyn Bridge. I forget the actual bridge. She drops him off a bridge, and Spider-Man. It's basically we've seen it a couple of times, or at least once in movies. But yeah, Spider-Man goes to try to catch her. He's not fast enough. He tries to shoot a web, ends up grabbing her right at the back of her neck and just snapping it. So
Clock
yeah,
Tower? Lychee says Clock Tower?
yeah. In the second Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man, they recreate the moment in a clock tower.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, yeah. But in the comics, it's a bridge. It's good. It's solid. I'm
Well, we
excited
have
to see
another
Jamie
true or
Foxx's Electro.
false.
All right, all right.
Daredevil's father was a former professional boxer.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Badland Jack Murdoch. Yeah, that was yeah, they said yeah, that was where in part Matt learned to fight first before he became blind, and before he got trained by Stick.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. This one has 3 choices. I'm not going to give them to you until you ask for them.
Okay.
Odin sends what Asgardian to eliminate Jane Foster from Thor's life?
All right, well, if there's 3 options, I mean, the 3 that I would immediately think to in terms of eliminate. I mean, Lady Sif seems like kind of a possibility. There's always Loki, but mm, yeah, I'm going with Lady Sif.
Nope.
Is that even one of them? Okay.
There are way too many questions. We're just going to go for an hour. So the options are Loki, Enchantress, or Balder.
I mean, it feels like an easy set. It feels like it should be Loki, just because he's like one of the actual villains. So Enchantress is also good. I'm gonna say Amara the Enchantress. I'm gonna go with B.
Correct.
Hey, there you go. If I had to guess, gives her whole shtick. I'm guessing that she probably like transforms either to look like Jane and make her break up with Thor, or just is also another attractive woman and tries to like lure Thor away. But yeah, all right, hooray! I had the second. I got it in the back end.
Yes, you did. All right. Same with this question. There are 3 options. Just ask
Okay.
me if you don't know,
Okay.
or I'll give them to you if you're wrong. Mac Gargan has had several aliases when battling Spider-Man, but his first and best known was what?
The Scorpion.
Yes. Nice.
All
All right, this one's short answer.
Okay.
What Marvel hero considers Hell's Kitchen, New York City, his home territory? I know there's a lot, but there's one that it is looking for.
I mean, it's the Devil at Hell's Kitchen. It's Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always got
There you
it confused with like, oh wow, why can't I think of his name? Luke Cage. Because
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
also
Luke Cage.
Hell's
Luke
Kitchen.
Cage. Yeah, Luke Cage comes into Hell's Kitchen. He handles Harlem. They're Burrow brothers. They handle the street level stuff.
Yes. All right. True or false? Steve Rogers is the first head of the Avengers Academy training program.
False.
Who is it?
I want to say, if I'm remembering Avengers Academy correctly, I want to say it's Hank Pym.
Mm-hmm.
Hank Pym and yeah, and Tigra.
It doesn't list her, but it does list Hank.
Hank Pym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay! Good job.
Yay! Oh, these are tough. I'm loving this.
Yeah. All right. Short answer. The 1962 comic Amazing Fantasy number 15 famously featured the first appearance of what superhero?
Oh, Spider-Man. Yeah. I know the cover is burned into my brain. It's him like half swing pose, like sort of like underarm fireman carrying a dude in a suit.
Yes.
That's yeah.
Where's my green screen? Well, Bree, people aren't here to focus on me. People are here to focus on me. So I did. All right. I didn't even know I could do that. I mean, I can see that you are doing that currently. I haven't been with Zoom that frequently to get there. All right. There are three choices. Just let me know. What member of the Defenders put Luke Cage on retainer so he would stay with the team?
If I had to guess, I'm going to say Danny Rand, Iron Fist.
No.
No. Wow. Oh man. Now I'm just trying to think through like the many people who've been on the Defenders over the years. All right, yeah, give me. I will take the options.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah.
Red Guardian, Nighthawk, or Doctor Strange?
I'm gonna say Doctor Strange.
No.
No, it was Night. Oh, it was Nighthawk.
Nighthawk.
Ah. Dang it. Yeah.
You got this.
I gotta do. I will do a video on Nighthawk because I feel like he is a very overlooked. Like he was very big in like the late 70s into the 80s and like kind of into the 90s, and has basically only ever appeared like occasional like anytime there's one of those like giant world-ending threats and they're like we need everyone. He'll be in the background somewhere and you're like oh yeah there's Nighthawk.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, he's not on here anymore. I was going to ask him. I think that's his favorite comic book.
Oh, nice.
I will keep notes on things that you tell me you want to do videos on. That way I can just send it to you and you don't have to remember.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Yeah. I know it's hard to remember when as soon as we get to the next question, you'll be like, who did I just say?
Yeah, completely.
All right, give me 1 second. I just want to grab a glass of water.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I'll be right
Take
back.
a sip. Yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. Appreciate you being here, and everyone on the TikTok Live as well. We appreciate you tuning in. See me test my nerdy metal against these questions. These are tough. I'm not gonna lie. I was on that first question when I biffed it, and I didn't think it would be Star-Lord. It would help Thanos. I was for a moment like I was briefly terrified. It's like, oh crap, is this that like the like originals Guardian team where they have like where like Yondu is from and all that? And I was like, oh thank God it wasn't. I was like, I don't want to have to get that deep into it.
Yeah. I was sitting here thinking when I was getting ready, I was like, should I wear a nerdy t-shirt? And I was like, again, like I was like, nobody's gonna care. I am a nerd, but I am not as much of a nerd as you. I don't, when girls say they like sports and boys are like, oh, name every quarterback they've ever had. I'm like, right. Oh, geez, I don't know. And then people ask me about comic books and I'm like, I haven't read very many. I just really enjoy it. Like,
yeah, that's like, I am a huge proponent of like, there's no wrong way to be a fan of something. Like you don't have to have access to the deep lore. You don't have to have read every issue and seen every movie. It's just like, oh yeah, I like this hero because I saw a movie with him once and I liked it. And it's like, yes. Cool. That's a good enough reason. That's valid.
We're doing Marvel tonight, but I grew up falling in love with the Flash on the Justice League, the cartoon.
Oh yeah, that is
hilarious.
He's the best, and it also has one of my favorite a moment that I still will laugh at today, which is the episode. I forget if it's Justice League or Justice League United, but Lex Luthor decides that he's going to infiltrate the Justice League by swapping bodies. He kidnaps the Flash, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to swap bodies with him so that I can get access to like the Justice League and learn their secret identities and take them down from the inside." And like the first thing he does when he gets like into his body is like he runs into a bathroom and he's like, "All right, now the first things first, let's learn the Flash's secret identity." And he takes off his mask and he just stares at himself. He's like, "I have no idea who this is."
Just a nobody.
just no one knows. But like, it's not Bruce Wayne. It's not Clark Kent. It's just Wally West, a scientist that unless you run in the same circles of like his field, you're like, I don't know who Wally West is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. This one is a short answer. The Silvermane, Hammerhead, and Nefaria are just 3 of the families of what overarching crime organization?
Is it the Magia?
Yes.
Okay.
You got one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that's always really interested me, and I think that's also why like a lot of the like street level superhero comics really appeal to me, is because just this idea that like in a world of like superheroes and gods and planet devouring beings, there's also just like organized crime. It's like, hey, we're a crime family. It's like we're trying to control the streets. It's like, oh, that's weirdly quaint. When it's like, I guess like when you're fighting like maybe Spider-Man and like Daredevil, like you can kind of see like, okay, I can see why you would like go to toe to toe, but like there's a reason like none, if like Iron Man just came here and just bought your entire block, it's like, well, I guess I'm out. Like,
yeah. When I was asking my friend these questions, when I got to the true false, he's like, fucking thank God.
Hey man, those 50-50 shots, you're like, okay, come on.
I know. All right, there are 3 options.
Okay.
What is the last name of Daredevil's love interest, the Ninja Electra?
Oh, I know this one, and I just can't pronounce it. It's like Nachios, like N-A-C-H, or N-A, there's maybe a T in there. N-A-C-H, I-O-S, like, Nachios, Electro Nachios.
Yeah, when I first started, I thought it just said nachos, and then it's N-A-C-H-I-O-S, but yeah. Yep. I had no idea. My friend also has a Harry Potter trivia, and one of the questions is, what is Dumbledore's full name? And she's like, where did Brian come from? Like,
yeah, Brian in the middle of everything in this 8-name name. He's just Brian. It's like they just run out of wizards and like magical names. They're just like, Brian. What was your brother's name again? Brian. Oh yeah, the same Brian.
All right, short answer.
All right.
When Spider-Man's clone, Ben Reilly, becomes a superhero, by what name does he go?
The Scarlet Spider.
Yes!
Yeah, although technically, and again, another thing, this one I have written down for a video idea, but I am going to do a video about the whole Clone Saga, because the thing is, the Clone Saga caught a lot of flack when it first like happened. And I think a lot of that was just I think that I tend to try to remind myself whenever there's a big event that I'm like, this is so dumb. It's like, yeah, but like it's there will be a dumber event later, and there will be whatever is good about this event, they'll save it, and better writers will come in and do good things with them. But I love Ben Reilly, and like him showing up and him being like, hey Peter, I'm the actual Peter Parker. You've been a clone this whole time. And like shaking Peter's foundation to the core of him being like, I guess I'm not Peter Parker. I guess I'll just go off.
Yeah.
And like Ben was just Spider-Man for a while. Yeah, all right.
All right. You do have options. What did the Scarlet Witch and Vision name their twin boys?
I mean, I want to say Billy and Tommy, but that might just be because that's a later retcon. when they actually properly introduce those characters. So if it isn't Billy and Tommy, I will take the options.
It is. Now the
Good.
card says Thomas and William, but same thing.
Yeah, Thomas and William, they're Billy Kaplan and Thomas Shepard, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
I live for Cassie Lang.
Yeah. Cassie Lang is great. I'm hoping I am hoping that when Disney Plus inevitably does their Young Avengers series, that they do bring in Cassie Lang as she's been introduced in the Ant-Man and the Wasp movies, because she is a neat hero. She just turns giant. Her name is Stature.
I'm excited for the movies coming out this year. It's going to be fantastic. And there are 9 spin-off Star Wars shows coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I think Obi-Wan
they're not
first, right?
Yeah, Obi-Wan. There's Obi-Wan. They just announced that they're also doing the live-action spin-off Ahsoka Tano series. They're doing a spin-off of the Clone Wars animated series called The Bad Batch is one of them, which I'm also excited about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's nuts. There's so many.
I know. Actually, my dog's name is Finn.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, I got him before that movie even came out, and I actually named him after a comic book that only lasted 5 years, and the superhero's name was The Finn. It was back in the 60s.
Huh.
And then after the movie came out, everyone's like, "Oh, you named him after the Star Wars guy, right?" And I'm like, "Nope."
Nope. It's an older and nerdier reference than that.
Yes. Sometimes I don't feel like explaining it, so I'm like, "Yep, that's exactly."
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Whatever you say. Whoa. Oh, Jesus. What was that? All right. Anyway. Sorry, I thought it should be muting everyone coming in, but anyway. Short answer. The superior Spider-Man results from what villain having taken over the body of Spider-Man?
That'd be Dr. Octopus.
Mute you. Oh, nope. Jesus Christ.
We're good.
All right. I was trying to mute someone else, and then it muted you, and I was like, "Excuse
you?" Yeah. So, but no, Dr. Octopus is the villain who becomes the superior Spider-Man. Again, a sort of event-ish kind of thing that I really enjoyed. I really liked the superior Spider-Man.
Oh, hey! Hold on. I'm just going to remove this person.
Jesus, you guys are getting demolished.
I'm going to remove you too. All right. There we go.
Thank you. But yeah, I liked it. It was essentially like it was a way for them to sort of like, I guess, give Spider-Man a gritty reboot without having to worry about it affecting Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Since it wasn't him in his body anymore controlling anything. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, true or false? The Nova Centurion is the highest ranking officer in the Nova Corps.
I'm gonna say false.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know the name of the highest ranking?
The Centurion is like, no, I think the highest ranking is. It's not like Centurion Prime, is it?
Nova Prime.
Nova Prime. Okay, I knew it was something Prime. I knew it was very like Star Trek comic booky, like. Obviously, like he's Nova Prime. He's not just a Nova.
All right, true or false? Madame Mask is the daughter of Count Nefaria.
True.
Yep. Nice.
Yep. She's one. I was really excited. I mean, I was very sad by how short-lived the Agent Carter series was.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really excited that they chose her to be like the main villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's neat. I'm kind of hoping that they bring her back, in some way.
What villainous alien race killed Star-Lord's mother, Meredith?
Are there options for this one?
Yes.
I will take the options.
Okay.
I
The Phalanx, the Brood, or the Badoon?
think it's the Badoon.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because the Phalanx, I think, is like this like a techno organic race, and then the Brood are like these gnarly, like almost like really gnarly looking like space cockroaches. Um, yeah. All right. Cool.
Wasn't it? I always thought it was Ego.
Well, Ego, being Star-Lord's dad was, I think, a thing they changed in the movies. In the comics, he is revealed that his alien DNA comes from a race, Spartan. Thank you. Yeah, literally called the Spartans. Um, and in fact, like a few years back, like one of like the big events was that his father was essentially like dying. No, you're fine. Thank you, Charlotte, for jumping in. His dad was abdicating the throne / dying or stepping down. And so he had to like come back home and become like the king of his people,
Mhm.
while also trying to bounce out being a guardian of the galaxy, and like him having to deal with like court intrigue, while Thanos and everyone was like running around, and him being really like pissed off that he couldn't just run off and go with the Guardians, that he had to like stick home and like do his job.
Yeah.
It was also a time where Kitty Pryde of the X-Men, they were a thing for a short time, and when he became the king, he first proposed to her, and that didn't work out. Though while he was on the throne, she acted as Star-Lord. So
Oh.
she had like his helmet and like a like tailored version of his jacket. It was pretty cool.
Do you have one of it, Star-Lord's helmets?
I do not. No. I have a very large head, and so it is a thing where like regrettably like a lot of like off the rack or like easy like memento like costume pieces would not wrap themselves around this melon.
You'll have to get one custom made. Either that or a Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of modify it.
Yeah. Perfect. I actually just got a Cara Dune costume, and I'll be
Nice.
doing that cosplay this weekend, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, buddy. What goofy alter ego, or what was the goofy alter ego of Peter Porker?
Oh, the Spider-Ham.
Yep. And by what name do the Asgardians refer to Earth?
Midgard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Norse mythology obsession in my teenage years.
Oh my God, I know, right?
I went Norse when a lot of people went Greek.
My my youngest brother actually did Roman and Latin, and won competitions for his school doing that for mythology.
Nice.
Yes, he's smart. I try to catch up to him, even though I'm the older sister. All right, true or false? Fin Fang Foom is the mystical dragon created by Merlin during the time of King Arthur.
I hate this. I feel like I can't remember. I'm going to say false.
Okay.
You're going to say?
Who is Fin Fang Foom then?
In a thing that was I'm sure a really fun explain away thing of everyone being like, okay, but why is there a dragon? They basically are like, no, he's not a dragon. He's an alien that just so happens to look like a dragon, and might be old enough to have like inspired certain myths about dragons. But no, yeah, he's just an alien who looks like a dragon.
Do you know?
And he wears I forget that. The only thing that ever really stands out about Fin Fang Foom is whenever they show him wearing shorts, and it makes me laugh because it's just the nature of like, where did he get those shorts from?
Yeah.
It's like they're not like did he get it, like, is it like the same as like the Hulk? Did he just like have somebody who like makes giant pants for him? But it's like,
Right.
yeah, I have no idea what planet he's from.
Yeah, see, the physics behind Hulk's shorts baffled me because his waist is clearly bigger
Hmm.
and thighs. So how,
Yeah.
like, I understand they're
The
shattered, but
Yeah, I think at least at one point the like explanation given was either his shorts were like he like always wears, he's like a never nude where he's like always wearing these shorts, and that they're made. I want to say that for a while they were made out of the same like unstable molecules that the Fantastic Four's uniforms were made out of,
Mhm.
so that they basically like stretched with him and contracted back when he turned back into Bruce.
yeah.
But I think also just for a lot of it, at least in the beginning, it was literally just like, yeah, he's wearing these pants and they have just enough give that when he hulks out, they turn into shorts, and then he has to get regular clothes afterwards.
See, my thing would be if he tries to squat or run really fast, how? Without
Yeah,
your ass crack just being out there for everyone.
yeah, just absolute, just mooning as fast as he can run.
Do you see what Sean said?
I did, yeah. That I actually genuinely do not know. That could have been an explanation at some point. It's like how, for a while he turned gray and then went and then like, or he started off as being gray and then later turned green and then would go back and forth like being gray is like under. There was a while when he was Gray Hulk where he went under the handle Joe Fixit and was just like a mobster, like
Mm-hmm.
always in Hulk form. He just wore like these giant pinstripe suits and fedoras. But he was also just the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also the same where my brain is just like, okay, I understand Superman flies like this.
Right.
How does he go super speed? Is it just like,
Yeah. Is it a clench? Is it like just
right.
like a okay now? Is it like I have to decide to go faster? Is it like a
Right. I don't get it. Oh, the planet is Maklu 4.
Sure. Sounds about right.
What member of the Guardians of the Galaxy came from a planet named Half-World?
Half-World would be Rocket.
Yes.
Yeah. That's that's a whole bunch of experimented animal people who were basically like grafted with cybernetics to make them be able to walk and talk. And if the movies have done us anything, to feel constant agonizing pain because of it, which
Really?
is a fun, which is it's like really kind of glossed over. I want to say, I forget if it's in the first or the second movie, but yeah, there is like he talks about the trauma in the first movie of kind of being experimented on and like being made into what he is. But I think it might even also be in a later point when he's in the prison where it's like after he has like his like jumpsuit off and you can see like the scarring of the like where like the experiments happened to him.
Makes sense. That's why he's a dick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd be abrasive too if you had all that happen to you.
Yes. And Groot had his brain's deteriorating or something like that.
Mhm.
Where that's why he can only say I'm Groot.
Mhm.
I learned that. Hey, shush, the babes. All right. All right. Hey, go to bed. Go to bed. Come on. Come here.
The fun thing about Groot speak is that very few people can understand it, and technically not even Rocket can.
Sorry.
You're good.
I even have my anti-bark thing on, so that really worked. So glad I bought it. All right. True or false? Demonic motorcycle riding hero Ghost Rider first appeared in a 1972 issue of Marvel Spotlight. Bree, don't yell at them puppies.
I want to say true.
Yes.
Yeah. I was trying to remember if I was just trying to remember whether or not Ghost Rider would have debuted in his own book, or whether he would have come up in like one of those like random like 3-4 story books that they put out, being like, "Hey, does anyone like this character?
Yeah.
All right, good. We're gonna give them a book. How about this character? No, okay. They'll be featured here monthly, but they're not gonna get their own book."
What is the profession of Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk?
She's a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, much like Matt Murdock. In fact, there have been several occasions in the comics where the two have had to go against one another in the courtroom, and it's always very fun.
Really?
Because they're usually, because it's usually a thing where, like, depending on which, because there's been times throughout the comics that keeps getting changed to who knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil and who doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Where like so whether or not she knows about his like being able to use his heightened senses to tell when someone on the stand is lying, or do stuff like that. But yeah, it's there's always the fun ones.
That would have been fun if they would have put it in that newer TV show that came out.
Mm-hmm.
That would have
been. I'm still hoping that we get Charlie Cox as Daredevil in the MCU, even if it is just showing up once or twice in like the She-Hulk series.
Yeah.
As like given that apparently they're the only two like superhero lawyers in the world, because they're the only ones who ever deal with any kind of like super criminal or like superhero like vigilante cases.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome. All right, you have some options. What is the name of the soap opera that Mary Jane Watson appeared on after marrying Peter Parker?
Ooh, I am gonna need my options on this one.
Secret Hospital, All My Family, 9 Lives to Live.
I'm gonna say All My Family.
No.
Oh,
Secret Hospital.
Secret Hospital, of course. An old soap opera star, MJ Watson.
Right? I guess they were just trying to take it off of the most popular real world soap operas.
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Yeah. True or false? Dr. Kurt Connors constantly battles Spider-Man as his nemesis, Dr. Octopus.
False. Kurt Connors is the Lizard.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thank you.
What girlfriend of Peter Parker developed spider powers during the Spider Island saga?
Charlie Cooper?
Yes. Well, it says
yes. Carly Cooper. Yeah.
Close enough. Better than I would have
done. Yeah. Yeah, she's the one that Peter dated after the whole, selling his marriage to Mephisto to bring his aunt back to life and make everyone forget he was Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Acolyte. Yeah, that was fun. I always liked Carly, and even though I knew that I think a lot of fans kind of saw her as definitely a rebound, being like, yeah, but he's gonna get back with Mary Jane eventually. I'm like, yeah, but she was a decent character and she was cool. And then Spider Island was great.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone gets spider powers. Everyone gets to be Spider-Man, and it's chaos.
I like when they all come together. Actually, the only experience I have with that is the movie that came out, but I've seen that movie so many freaking times.
Oh yeah, no, Spider-Verse is great.
What is the super alter ego of Felicia Hardy?
That'll be the Black Cat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what Marvel character is known for setting up training centers to help criminals and sometimes heroes become better?
That would be Taskmaster.
Nice.
Yep. I just did a video about him a little while ago. That's that touched on that. Yeah, I love Taskmaster, and I'm excited to see him, and he's the main bad guy, or at least he's the featured in the trailer bad guy for Black Widow.
Oh,
So I am interested in seeing how they use him there.
yeah. What was Samuel Stern's villainous alter ego after he was exposed to gamma radiation?
Is he the Abomination? No.
That's one of the options.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't Samuel Stern. Again, like at least 90% of the Hulk's enemies are just like, hey, I decided to expose myself with gamma radiation, and now I'm a monster too. What are my options?
The other two options,
Hmm.
the chameleon and the leader.
Oh, the leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a very smart, got a huge, big old head. That's his skin turned green, and he gained like, I think I forget if it was like, I think his intelligence increased, and he also got like telepathy and the standard sort of like mind powers you would expect.
Oh, nice. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, he's not ever the one, because it's not as interesting to watch the Hulk fight him, which is why they typically go with oh, thanks, Charlotte. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi.
That's like, I think that's why they picked like Abomination, because it's just more interesting to watch the Hulk fight somebody who could actually fight him back
Yeah.
than to watch him like deal with this supervillain who could, I guess, sometimes mind control him into doing things, but it's like, eh.
All right, true or false? Rick Jones used the Bucky alias at one time to fight as Captain America's sidekick.
I'm gonna say true.
Yes.
Yeah. Good old Rick Jones.
How would that have worked though with him using the Bucky alias?
I think what it was I think it was before. I want to say it would have been before they brought Bucky back as Winter Soldier. So it would have definitely been in that like era after, in like the 60s or 70s, after Cap got defrosted, and he was just like, I'll be Bucky for you now, because real Bucky is presumably dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just like threw him the costume, and he just acted as Bucky.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because Steve did he have all his memory when he woke up, or did it come back slowly?
I think it gradually came back. I think he had to be like informed of like a few things and like reminded of others. But I think he gradually, once it was told to, he was like, oh yeah, Bucky's gone.
Okay.
That's right, Sean. Yeah, he was. Yeah. The leader was, well, Samuel Stern was very briefly featured in the Ed Norton Hulk movie.
I remember that movie.
And if he was the guy, I always forget the character actor's name, but he's the guy from Holes and Oh Brother Where Art Thou, who helps them like analyze the like gamma radiation, who like manages to figure out a way to like either reverse or extract the gamma radiation from Bruce Banner.
Mm-hmm.
That they go visit. He's a scientist before they get attacked by like the guy who like General Ross's like military strike team. And like, yeah, the last we see of him in that movie is him like hitting his head against like having his head like hit against like a desk, and like getting like a cut, like a bad like cut in it, and some of Bruce's like blood dripping into it that he had taken, and you start to see his head start to expand.
Oh.
And like, so like they were clearly setting up like, oh yeah, the leader will come back, and then not yet, but presumably he could still be out there. Who knows?
So they just kind of hinted towards it, and then it happened.
Yeah, presumably they were like, oh yeah, the next time for the next Ed Norton Hulk movie, the leader will be the bad guy, and then Ed Norton wasn't the Hulk again, so they went, all right.
The High Evolutionary performs genetic experimentations at what location?
Mount Wundagore.
Yeah.
Wundagore? I don't know.
Yep. That's how it's spelled, and being an English speaker, I'm going to say Wundagore.
Yeah, Wundagore, yeah.
It could be the German pronunciation.
I mean, I don't think they haven't shown up yet. So until we get an official MCU pronunciation, I'm going to call it Wondergore as well. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. There's so many characters that I've obviously mispronounced their names until I've seen them in a spoken
Yeah.
anything.
That's always fun though, it being like, oh, I always pronounced it in my head a different
Oh,
way.
especially
It's like,
Twilight and Harry Potter. I'm just like, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Names. Like, the amount of times that I'd be talking to friends and they're like, who are you talking about? In what superheroes comic did the Punisher make his first appearance?
I believe it was Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah, because again, that's another comic I remember it's like the Punisher is like on one side with a sniper rifle, and then like there's like a giant crosshair with Spider-Man in the middle of it, and it says like, "Watch out, Spidey! The Punisher's here to get you," or something. I don't know.
So it was Spider-Man's comic.
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe he was just like, like, especially with Zatanna, she's always partnered with other people. She rarely has her own book,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Spider-Man is like fucking a whole universe on his own.
Right. Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say it was either Spider-Man or Daredevil, but I remember the comic of Spider-Man.
Yes. After Norman Osborn is arrested for the siege of Asgard, who dons the Iron Patriot armor?
I believe it's Rhodey. I believe it's James Rhodes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because that's the thing that they kind of skipped around a bit, and that was the thing they did in, I think it was Iron Man 3, where instead of where they essentially gave him the Iron Patriot armor, but I think they still called him War Machine because he was still James Rhodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Iron Patriot.
Iron Man is another great freaking film trilogy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's more than 3 now, but
But yeah, core standalone movies, yeah.
Yes, they're great.
Hmm.
I love Robert Downey. He was perfect for the role.
Yeah, he was outstanding.
What villain does Pepper Potts defeat and then impersonate in her order to infiltrate Hammer?
Are there options on this one?
Nope.
Oh, ooh, short answer. Okay. Hammer. I'm trying to like go through like Iron Man villains in my head.
I can tell you he's come up in these cards already once.
Oh, okay. I know it probably isn't this, but just because I like the mental image of it, is it Taskmaster?
Nope.
Ah, darn. All right. Well, Chad, do you know who Pepper Potts impersonated in order to infiltrate Hammer? Which villain she posed as in order to infiltrate Hammer? Is it Madame Mask?
Yes.
See, that makes sense. Yeah.
Good job, Sean.
Really easy to. Way to go, Sean.
I wish I had one of those
makes sense.
applause buttons. Wow.
Yeah, woo.
Well, side note, who is your least favorite casting?
Oh, for the MCU?
Yeah.
I mean, it might be. I think it might be a bit surprising. I'm not a huge fan of Jeremy Renner. I don't.
Really?
There's just something kind of bland about him. He tends to like fade into the background, and like I feel like the best shot that they ever really took, there was ever any effort in like trying to like give Hawkeye a character in the movies, was in Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was like the closest to kind of getting the like the essence of comic Hawkeye, like where they're fighting like the big Sokovia fight at the end, and Quicksilver like runs off and he draws down on him. He's like, I could do it. I could take him out. No one would know. It's like no one would know. I was like, gee, like that's Hawkeye, and yeah, and then just and like it just has felt a lot. I'm excited about the Disney Plus series because I love the comic run that it is very clearly it is adapting.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that with the proper writing and with a little more focus on him, that we'll get to see more than we got to see in the movies. But kind of top to bottom, I just never really cared. Really,
Do you
Jeremy
have
Renner.
someone in mind that you wish would have been him?
I mean, I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but I always kind of imagined like Chris Evans is just a really good, would be like a mix, a kind of a blend of like Chris Evans as the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movie and Chris as Cap. I think is a good. You kind of like mix those together, and you would get what I think a good Hawkeye performance would be. This person who is like very earnest at times, and is also completely the first person to be like, yeah, I don't belong here. Like, do you see, like, that guy's got a huge hammer. There's a green Hulk over here. Like, this is like an 80-year-old super soldier, and I have a bow and arrow, and I guess I'm here too.
Yeah.
But I love that, and then yeah. But to answer a point I just saw pop up in the chat, yes, I'm excited about Kate Bishop making her debut in the Hawkeye show as well.
Bad writing doesn't help.
It really doesn't. Yeah, it's there's this. Oh, now he's got a family now. All right, sure, why not?
I saw a meme today that it showed from one of the older TV shows from the 90s, possibly the 80s. I don't really know what clip it was from, but it showed Batman flying his plane. And they were like, you know, Batman's the leader when his plane is full of flying superheroes and they're all buckled up.
Seatbelts, everyone.
Yeah, we can fly, dude. No, you got to put them
it's like, no. This is my plane. No one else can be flying it.
Exactly. Let's see. While trying to cure the loss of a limb, Dr. Kirk Connors transforms himself into what Spider-Man foe?
The Lizard.
Yes.
Yeah.
What superhero obtains his power by defeating, oh God, Shao Lao?
Yes.
Is that correct? Undying.
Actually, you did. You nailed it. That's Iron Fist.
Yes.
Which is something. Again, I couldn't watch that. That show was awful. But yeah, that
with it, and I was just like, why?
Yeah, it's like especially after watching like Daredevil, which was great.
Yes.
Like all the other like standalone Defender series, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, great.
Yeah, so great.
Danny Rand. I don't know if it was the writing, the actor, or the combination of both, but there was just something I just could not get behind Iron Fist in those shows.
Another one I couldn't watch is I'm sorry if you liked it, but freaking Green Arrow.
Great. Arrow is interesting to me because it feels like every other season they mess it up. and then they're like, no, we'll get it right this time. And then like they're like, we'll introduce like the Atom and all these interesting characters. And it's like, cool. And then it's like, and then we'll just everyone will get amnesia and half everyone will die, but then they'll come back. And it's like, okay, I don't know why I'm watching this anymore.
I also don't like the version of the Flash in the CW series.
Yeah,
they make him such a drama queen, and I feel like when I fell in love with the character, I mean, it's a different person, a different guy.
Right, but yeah.
When I fell in love with the Flash, it was a totally different persona.
Yeah, I love Grant Gustin as a performer. I think he does a good job, but I would also definitely say that like the Barry Allen is like the cause of 99% of his own problems. Is just him vowing that he will never go back and like I'll never go back in time. I have the access. I can travel back in time, but I will never go back in time to change my own future. Except for this one time, I'm going to make sure to do it, and it's going to end up hurting me and messing up the future. So I'll never do it again. Except for the second time I did it, and again hurt myself and messed and others, and then messed up the future. And now maybe the third time I'll stop. Maybe this time will be the time I finally stop trying to mess with time.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
These shows, man. I swear they all want to be General Hospital.
Yeah, they well, you know, they got to play to that, you know, especially like CW. It's like, well, we can make it a superhero show, but can we also make it like a drama, like a teen drama?
How many love triangles can we make?
Yeah.
Tombstone's daughter became a female version of what longtime Spider-Man foe?
The Beetle?
Yes.
Yeah, because that one I actually know because another one of my favorite like Spider-Man adjacent books is a comic series called The Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which is just like a really dumb and funny book that is just about like Boomerang, not Captain Boomerang, but Marvel's character Boomerang who throws boomerangs. The Shocker, the Beetle, it's a random like D-list Spider-Man villains try to get together to become the new Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Only they're all looking to like double cross one another, and they might be working unbeknownst to them. They're trying to pull a job so that Boomerang can pay off a debt to another crime lord supervillain.
Mm-hmm.
And in that comic, it's revealed at one point that she is Tombstone's daughter when she literally gets kidnapped by, I think, the Owl, and literally like calls him on his cell phone to be like, "Daddy, can you come get me? I've been kidnapped." And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No, yeah, sure thing, sweetie. We'll be there in like a little bit." And like rolls in. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
After Spider-Man rejected his black suit, with whom did the symbiote merge with to create Venom?
Eddie Brock.
Yes.
Fellow photojournalist at the Daily Bugle, Eddie Brock.
Yes.
Yeah.
After Asgard is destroyed, you do have options. After Asgard is destroyed, Thor rebuilds the realm in what Midwestern state?
Oklahoma.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that happening. There's just Asgard just like floated like a few miles above a small city in Oklahoma. It was just like, yep, this is gonna be New Asgard. It's like, oh, okay.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, no, where was she? Oh, what her freaking name? I can't remember. His girl.
Valkyrie?
No.
Or in Jane.
Jane, yeah. What
Yeah.
state was she from?
I think she's just from. I don't know if she's from New York, but I just assume that she's from New York because all the like original like 60s era Marvel books were, you know, all just set in New York, so everyone was just from or lived in New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
What Iron Man adversary derives his power from 10 power rings?
Oh, that is the Mandarin.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you have options.
Okay.
Not going to give them to you.
Okay.
What Marvel character was first able to physically separate Bruce Banner and the Hulk in two separate entities?
I want to say Doctor Strange. Is that right? That is not right. All right.
All right.
I would like the options.
I guess. Tony Stark, the leader, or Doc Samson?
Is it Doc Samson?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Doc Samson is another really interesting character that I feel it doesn't get a lot of like due, but he was ostensibly one of I want to say he was the kid that Bruce Banner saved that caused him to get hit with all the gamma radiation.
Mm-hmm.
But he ended up getting some as well, but instead of turning into a Hulk, he just got like tall and buff and his hair turned green,
Yeah.
and he got super strength, but he primarily works as like a therapist for superheroes and super people.
Okay, so is that the version that we saw in the last, where he's like evenly between the two, and that?
Yeah, that's well, it's sort of. I think what it was Doc Samson was actually to like physically separate, so there was like two separate beings.
No, yes.
Where there was like Bruce Banner and everything.
The only thing I know of, because I'm not as smart as you, but the only thing that I know of is when Bruce found a happy medium. But here it says they were separated, and I never knew that.
Yeah. For a brief time, Bruce Banner and the Hulk were two completely different people, and then inevitably it was one of those, we need each other in order to function as like a whole kind of thing. So we need to get put back together, kind of things. But I think for at least a couple issues, yeah, they were two different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learn something new.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna do this last card, and then it'll be 9 o'clock.
All right.
We've gone through a nice short deck.
Yeah.
And I still have, yeah. So if you ever feel like you want to test some more knowledge, just reach out.
There you go.
I don't ever leave the house anymore, so
Yeah,
thanks for this panorama. All right. True or false? Spider-Man foe, the Sandman, briefly became a reserve Avenger.
True.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a while like that's the thing I kind of like about comics, and I know it's like a very tropey thing, and it doesn't always work, but it's a thing of like inevitably if you are a like super villain for long enough, you will either get really badly killed off and maybe get brought back, maybe not, or you'll just kind of find yourself becoming a hero almost out of necessity, where it's just like, I don't really feel like being a bad guy anymore. I just want to like kind of be a good guy for just like a little bit.
Well, my limited knowledge of him, he was just beaten down a lot, like in his life.
Yeah, he was just a guy trying to make ends meet who got caught in an accident that turned him into living sand, and then basically for a large part of his criminal career was just like hired muscle, because he was like, oh yeah, he can turn into like a giant wall of sand and can't really get hurt. So
I like that not all the villains are like just evil people.
Yeah,
it's just bad
situations. Yeah, it adds to the complexity, and also I think like 90% of the villains that fall under that category tend to be Spider-Man villains, because they're like, it's like they're just they're just trying to get by. They're not doing this for a malicious reason. They're not trying to take over the world. They're just trying to pay rent. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get that.
Yeah. All right, last question.
All right.
By what intergalactic superhero name is Richard Rider known?
Oh, he's Nova.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
You did really well.
Thank you. I'm surprised as well. Like there was, especially after that first question, but like man, like yeah, some of these are like really detailed. Like and like I think for at least half of the multiple choice ones, if they were just short answer, I would never have gotten them.
Yeah.
Like I could have told you that like, yeah, I knew Mary Jane was on a soap opera in universe for a while. Could never have told you the name of it.
Some of my friends, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, and I've only bought one Doctor Who item, but I can fill my entire apartment with it. They just know, I'll just get her something labeled with this and she'll be fine. I don't know it. I don't know how hard these questions were. Like,
those get real specific.
Yes. And I think that there's like 150 per pile.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Whew. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. This was fun.
Yes. I like finding brilliant people and testing the limits.
Yeah. It's nice. It's again, like I said, I was very interested in like I said, in the ones that I didn't know, being like, oh, that's fascinating. Like, yeah, like thinking about like, oh yeah, I guess there was like one time when Thanos and Star-Lord would have to technically team up, and I'm sure that neither was super happy about it.
Right. That's great. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and
Thank you. You as well.
I will tag you in anything that I make. Oh, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do technically. It's under, I think it's under my name, of Justin Mousseau. I'm working on getting like proper content on it. For now, I think it is by and large just me re-uploading some of my TikToks. But yeah.
Oh, and I had a couple people.
Yeah, TikTok.
Oh Lord, yelling at me in your comments saying you mispronounced his username, and I'm like, well, I didn't know.
It's I mean, again, like you see it written out, like moose_0 or moose_o sounds like right. It is how I would say it, like out loud as well.
Yeah. I didn't even, think to look at your last name and realize what was going on.
I mean, looking at my last name spelled out, it wouldn't have helped either way. It's Mousseau. I've gotten many, many different mispronunciations of like Mousseau. It's a lot of vowels, and you don't know. It's a 50-50 gambit of whether or not you're going to get the right sound.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.
You as well. Bye.